So witness, welcome back. You may kindly take your seat. So witness, as usual, may I remind you that you are still under oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed. Madam Chair, over to you.
Mr. Batchily, you're welcome back. And lead counsel, we will proceed.
Mr. Batchily, I have another voucher here. Is the voucher number 220080, an amount of $175,000 being disbursement as 13-day per diem allowance for an official trip to USA to attend the 2022 Summit for Democracy International Visitor Leadership Program from 4th June to 2022 to 16th June. Do you recall this? Do you want to see the voucher? All right.
Yes.
Now, the per diem, how much does the mayor receive a day? Per night?
I think it was 230 pounds or 250 pounds. Well, I think it's 230 pounds.
Per night?
Yes.
Now, for all these payments, why do you not have them pass through internal audit? Is there any reason?
This one that you just showed me right now, passed through them.
All these payments, the ones I have, they don't pass through internal audit.
A lot of them do pass through internal audit.
The ones I am showing you, did they pass through internal audit?
The one you just showed me right now?
Yes.
Yeah, it did pass through them.
We have another one for 8-day per diem. $108,000 is $108,240 to attend an official trip to USA city of Signawa to attend the Train and Grain Festival. What is the Train and Grain Festival? It reads, on behalf of the Mayor Todd Filippo and the City Council of Signawa, Texas, we are pleased to invite you along with your personnel assistant, Binta Conte. How did they know Binta Conte?
It must have been to the mayor.
To visit us from the 17th to the 24th of June 2022. Now, how do you receive invitations for the travel of the mayor? Is it not supposed to be through the chief executive officer?
No, certainly not.
I mean, is that not supposed to be the channel?
I would not be in an authoritative position to say that, because by the end of the day, I guess it's a mayor who invites a mayor.
Yeah, but it appears as if these are lobbied. Because they may know who the mayor is, they would not know who the secretary is.
Well, I agree with
The
that.
validity of these travels is what I'm trying to discuss. So if the city of Signawa will have to write to invite the mayor, do you think they will know who the secretary of the mayor is for them to add the name of the secretary of the mayor?
I agree with you initially that they are not in a position to know that.
Exactly.
It must have been relayed to them.
Exactly.
That, well, for example, in my invitation, you can include such an individual.
Exactly. So that is why it is very suspicious. Some of these travels are very suspicious.
Yeah,
As
but,
if people are now lobbying for travel every single time.
all right, I know what you mean. But then now our limitation was that if it's approved by the ministry, if a clearance is given by the ministry, where do you stand again?
Are these approved by the ministry or these travels?
99% of these travels are cleared by the ministry.
So you seek for approval before they travel.
Yes.
But we don't see that here.
That's why I'm saying the clearance should have been attached, because normally all the clearances are attached.
Okay? So before you pay, you make sure that the clearance is attached.
Yeah, we look at the clearance first.
All right? So for all the travels, you can help us with the clearance.
I have a request for them
Yes.
to be given.
But it should be here. We have the invitation, but we don't have the clearance.
Yeah, because normally that should be the norm. It should be attached to the documentation, because it is based on such documentation that we normally do the payment.
And this again did not pass through internal auditor. Did it pass through internal audit?
Yeah, that's the signature of the internal auditor.
On top.
On top here. It's not here, but it's on top. Can I give it back? You look at it.
Can you please read?
You mean here?
Yes.
No, it's just a signature here.
How would we know?
That's the signature.
Let me see.
At the top right-hand side of the.
That is the acting director in internal audit.
Yes.
Who was he at the time?
Abdullah Ko. Top right part of the document.
Also have another one for Democracy International. $175,000. Okay, I think we have discussed that. So please, Mr. Batchily, you get us the clearance you have from the ministry.
Okay.
Let's discuss the support, the council support, the voucher number, the exhibit number LGC/BCC/MB/005. We have a disbursement of as council support to Hadi Coker of Lancaster Street to purchase a sewing machine, $35,000. Now, Mr. Batchily, this is paid to Hadi Coker, correct?
Can I kindly see the voucher slate council?
Now, who decides how much is given to these people?
The mayor decides and writes normally the amount to be given on the request form.
The mayor says she makes a decision in consultation with the CEO.
Yes, she does normally tell me that she's thinking of giving this amount.
She what?
That she's thinking of giving a certain amount.
Come again?
Like making a proposal for a certain amount to be given.
Yes.
Normally in my presence and that of the director of finance.
So the two of you will decide?
No, we don't decide.
The mayor decides?
She makes a proposal that I want to give them much. Director of finance, is it possible? He says yes, and I approve it.
Now, do you guys have a medical policy for the staff?
No, not a specific one. Lead counsel, I just
Yes.
want to make an intervention with
Yes.
regards to the last one that was given to me relating to the purchase of a machine,
Yes.
sewing machine. If you look at the last page before the check, you see that she acknowledged it.
Yes. I
Now this
saw that.
this should have been the norm for
Yes.
most of such transactions.
Correct.
Because auditors did say that that's the only way they can be convinced. Not that they will totally agree, but that they will be convinced that this was a genuine expenditure made, because we've heard from the individual who have benefited from the whatever.
Yes. We have also Bena Banjul. You know Bena Banjul, the cultural group?
Yeah.
They were given $100,000 for their fundraising carnival. Do you recall this?
Yes.
That's your decision?
No.
Whose decision?
That was the decision of the mayor.
They also wrote a letter thanking the mayor.
Exactly.
It says, "Dear mayors, we the above mentioned association would like to express our special and profound thanks to our Lord Mayors of Banjul, Roy Malik Law, for your generosity. We would also like to acknowledge with much appreciation for the gesture and support received from you. We are so grateful and proud of you. We appreciate all your efforts and assistance. Therefore, want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Yours faithfully, the Secretary General." They're not thanking the council. They are thanking the mayor.
The last time I had the two of you making exchanges, I think
That is what?
I had the two of you, yourself and the mayor.
Yes.
You were discussing on matters relating to
Yes.
what you've just been explaining. I think I have like an institutional memory to share here.
You have what?
An institutional memory
To share.
to share.
Go ahead.
Because normally with previous councils,
Right.
the need to give back to the society on things like culture and other related areas,
Right.
according to what I saw, was more kind of restricted,
Right.
and especially in terms of the amounts,
Right.
like that were given. This was not the same like when I came into council. I came into council in 1999. There was those support being given to associations and in important areas like culture and related, but then the modality was a bit different. All right, but now in this case, you come across a council that sits down and agrees that we will do A, B, and C at this certain level. And then where they could only base it is that, yes, we have budgeted for it. It went to the ministry, the budgets were endorsed. Okay, right now, my fear now has come. My fear is that, some would now say that the mode in which these things were executed was wrong.
Right.
Like, for example, we touched on yesterday the issue of education.
Right.
That, I had recommended that it is only maybe educational experts in a committee who would sit down and make all the important things to be considered and then give approval.
Right.
Then in that case today, we wouldn't have been questioned. But even at the council level, I recall there were some few councillors who were not in agreement to the mode in which these disbursements were made, in fairness to them. Because maybe they thought that the committee could have been more authentic.
Yes.
Let the request pass to the committee.
Yes.
Especially educationists.
Yes.
They will be in a position to sit down and take all the necessary decisions before we come in to support as the administrators.
Correct.
Okay, because at that level, if you sit with them at the council level and they tell you that, okay, yes, we are going to put this in the budget and then we will make sure to it that it is endorsed by the ministry, it really puts you as an administrator in a very difficult position now.
Yes.
It really does.
I understand. This is for political gains. If we want to sugarcoat it, we can. I am not going to sugarcoat it. It's for political gains, to score political points. So we use council's resources for the interest of one man. And then another comes and does the same thing. Another comes and may do the same thing, for instance. And the country goes backwards and backwards and backwards. And we start the blame game. That's the reality. That is why it is not in the interest of the mayor to say that the payment should go in the usual way. Imagine all these people receiving $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $100,000. I am not saying they are not entitled to the money for Banjul. It should go to Banjul. The money for KMC should go to the KMC in the right manner, not in the name of one individual. You agree with me?
Well, I agree.
Yes.
Totally.
So if we are to say it, I don't care what anyone thinks. It's to score political points, Mr. Batchily. It's to score political points. And if anyone is honest to themselves, anybody, they know this is totally wrong. They know it's to score political points. Otherwise, what will be the explanation? You say it, they write to you, you make sure it is given, and then they send you appreciations for most of these monies that are going through people. You don't have interest for the area council. That's it. But to be honest, Mr. Batchily, I think there are times that you should have said no. If I have to be honest to you, for these issues, these monies that were signed and approved in the unusual manner, it could be very difficult. But if I also have to be very honest to you, there are moments that you should have said, no, I cannot do it. This is not the usual way.
Okay, I accept what you said, but maybe you...
Chair, please proceed.
Yes. You may proceed before I ask the question.
Okay. You can be very right if you say that, you should have been in a position to say no in some cases. But at our level too, we have had cases and experiences that did not encourage us subsequently to also be saying no in certain cases where we should say no. because we saw the repercussions.
You saw?
We have experienced some repercussions.
Like?
That were just based on, for example, this is not based on time frame, but I'm just saying a general one, which really kind of made it very difficult subsequently, like at times to be saying no. Because the thing is, I recall we had a heated argument, myself, with a former acting mayor. I don't want to go by name, former acting mayor. So she called me to her office. Then the finance committee chairperson wanted to organize a 3-day meeting to scrutinize the budget. Okay, she called me to her office and told me that, CEO, I heard that the chairperson finance committee wants to have a meeting over 3 days to scrutinize the budget. I said, yes, I've seen so. And I think I'll go ahead with it because that's the request he made. He's the chairperson of the committee. She told me no, but we are not going to agree to that. I said, but who are we to say no to that? Because he's the chairperson of the finance committee. So I think our best bet is to allow him to have his 3-day meeting, and then from there on we take up the budget to the ministry for endorsement. Or she told me, no, I'm not in agreement with that. I said, okay, I'm not saying you are not in agreement, but the advances you are making in terms of saying no to this proposed meeting, I'm not also going by it because I am not the one who should tell the chairperson how many days to meet or the scrutinization of the budget. So it ended up at the ministry. She went to the ministry and went to the PS and explained to the PS about the situation. So eventually they called me to the ministry. They told me that if I cannot do what she wanted, you understand, like I'll face the music.
Let me show you what is very common in all these claims. Yes, Chair.
You proceed on that. Mr. Batchily, looking at the few vouchers that we have selected to put to you, as has been put to you by the late council, you will agree with me that for most of the monies that have been expended, they are not within the budget that has been approved for the particular year in question. Is that a fair statement to make?
Unfortunately, I would say no more.
What?
I would say no.
I'm not saying that the amount, you have not catered for some of these activities, but what has been expended in some of these activities is far beyond what you have in your budget. Looking at your financial documents, that is what I'm asking. Looking at your financial documents, the reality of your finances, what you have expended on these activities is far more than what you have budgeted for throughout the period under review that we are currently doing. Is it a fair statement?
Oh, you mean starting from
2018?
2018 to now?
Yes.
Okay, then I will not deny that.
Yes, because your records show that you've been going to the banks to ask for overdraft to pay salaries.
I will not deny
But
that.
at the same time, you've been expending monies on these activities,
Yeah.
as the lead council has put to you.
Yeah, I agree.
So how would you now reconcile these two? There has been so much deficit in your books.
It will be difficult to reconcile as of now.
Yes. So which means even whereas, you understand, you have some constraints in saying no, your budget did not allow you to make such expenditure. Is that not the case?
Yeah, eventually, yes.
Not eventually. Your budget did not allow you to make those expenditures.
You know, if my understanding is talking about the whole period under review,
Yes.
there I will understand.
Yes.
But then the moment you talk about maybe if it's on a specific year, that's
Yes.
my understanding becomes a bit different.
Yes. What is
Because-
your understanding when it's year to year?
Yeah, because every financial year
Yes,
we have budgeted sums,
Yes.
for social expenditure.
yes,
For every specific year.
yes. I will ask you a specific question. Please do me a favor.
Yeah,
Look at your social support
yeah.
for 2018 to 2023,
Okay.
right?
No, I would agree
Because
based on what you're saying.
we have the facts.
I would agree based on
You
what you're
understand?
saying.
It's nothing compared to what you have budgeted to expend
Yeah.
under these various years that we are reviewing.
Can I come in?
Yes,
Okay, like I say, after having fully understood what you were saying,
yes,
I am with you.
yes.
But now the thing
So
is,
you agree? You agree? with
yeah,
that?
I'm with you here.
Yes.
I just want to give an explanation,
All right. Okay.
if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay, I would concur with what you said, but then, if you look at the patterns of such expenditures, these are not something that is determined by the administration. These are determined by the council itself, especially if it comes to the social support, whatever. It's not decided by
Yes,
the administration.
Yes, but Mr. Sorry to intervene again. But if you said this is not decided by the administration,
Yeah,
you begin to give us some challenge
yeah,
in the sense that you have the financial manual which is guiding you.
yeah.
You have the Financial Audit Act which is guiding you.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Local Government Act which is guiding you. Yes, indeed, the council and the mayor are political appointees. But then this is why the system is designed in such a way that there should be checks and balances. And the checks against the political appointees is the administration. So that when they want to go beyond what is set out for them to do, you bring them back and say this is what is provided for. Is that not the case?
Yes.
Is
no,
that
no.
not why we have all these legislations to
Yes,
guide you
yes.
as administration?
Yes.
So would it be honest to say that yes, you couldn't do anything because it is the mayor who is a political appointee and the councillors who are elected politically, so they have an overriding say in what you have to do as administration to make sure that the finances of the council are expeditiously expended on issues that you are supposed to expend this money on?
Can I tell?
Yes.
No, Ma, I'm not. You see, I'm not trying to say that. Okay, we are innocent. They are the ones. No, I'm not really coming from that point of view. But what I'm saying now here is, here we are talking about. If I could understand you very well, we are talking about optimal allocation of resources. I think that's my understanding from what you were saying. The optimal use of resources. Because like I say, we challenge them in council meetings. We talk about these things. The mode of disbursing social support, it fell short of best practices. There I 100% agree. It's not about I'm pointing a finger there, because eventually they are the ones who decided, such payments. They are the ones who budget for social support. They are the ones who budget for similar things. So looking at it from, like, as you were saying, an optimal allocation of resources, there I 100% agree with you.
Council, you may proceed.
Mr. Batchily, I have also vouchers here to show you what they have in common. These requests addressed to the mayor's office are usually minuted to you, right?
Yes.
The first one, what is the amount? What is the request for? The first one.
The first one you gave is about being disbursement as council support to settle the house rental areas of Babunyas of 61 Lancaster Street.
Yes, but try and please speak into the microphone.
Yeah.
Did the mayor minute on that request?
Yes.
Please read it out.
CEO, please take care of this ASAP as the whole family are already outside of the street.
Is that an instruction or is that a directive?
I would say it's a directive.
Okay. Turn to the next one.
You mean the same one?
No, the next voucher. What is it about?
Being disbursement of pro forma invoice for medical support to Mustapha Jallo.
What did the mayor write? For your attention.
Please facilitate, it is urgent.
Is there an amount there?
60,000.
Is it how much you approved?
Let me check. Yes.
Based on the instruction, the directive.
Yes, based on the directive, yeah.
Read the next one.
Just so it, yes.
What is it for?
Being disbursement as council's contribution as financial support to Amy Johnson of 62 Lancaster Street.
How much?
10,000.
What is the minute? What is minuted on the,
CEO, please facilitate 10,000 for council support.
and how much was given? $10,000.
Yeah, 10,000.
Is it a yes?
Yes, yes, yes.
So you acted as directed. You acted as you were directed.
Yes.
The last one?
No, there are two more.
Yes.
Being disbursement as council's contribution as financial support to Fatumata Sidibe, a widower and her children.
How much was given?
5,000.
How much were you directed as per the minutes?
5,000.
Just read it out, please.
Please facilitate $5,000 to support her and her children.
The next one, please. The last one?
No, second to last.
Okay.
Being council support for financial assistance.
How much was given?
20,000.
Okay. What was written on the request to you from the mayor?
CEO, please facilitate 20,000 for a startup.
So you gave the amount you were directed to give.
Yeah.
Okay. The last one.
Being disbursement as council support towards a financial assistance of 10,000.
How much?
10,000.
Okay. Please read the minutes from the mayor.
CEO, please facilitate 10,000 for Cholo to start petty trading in order for her to be able to keep her family.
You paid as you were directed.
Yes.
Okay. I have one here from Hadi Cook to the office of the Lord Mayor. $35,000 was paid to her for disbursement as council support to Hadi Cook of Lancaster to purchase a sewing machine. The minutes read from the mayor. CEO, please facilitate from the. I cannot read this. I'm sure you can read this.
Can I help you?
Okay, it appears as if it's CEO, please read from the empowerment fund, but just read it for me, please. What did the mayor write on the minute?
CEO, please facilitate the amount of 35,000 from the empowerment fund. 35,000.
Please read it again, louder.
CEO, please facilitate the sum of 35,000 from the empowerment fund.
And that is how much you also facilitated,
Yeah, I paid as stipulated.
as directed.
Yes.
We have also voucher number 22000664, where $100 was given by way of check to Bena Banjul South. And the minutes to you was, CEO, please facilitate the amount of $100 is only for the event. The word only, in fact, is on this one. Do you know why it is important?
No.
To instruct you that you must only give $100.
Can I kindly see it?
Yes, 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 yes. What is that? Let's take it one at a time. What is that voucher about?
Council's contribution for the fundraising carnival.
Okay. Now, there's a letter seeking for donation, right? From,
Yes. Yes.
and it's addressed to the mayor. Who is it addressed to?
Yes, yes, it's addressed to the mayors.
Can you please read the letter?
As our dearest friend, dear Madam, Lord Mayor Rahim Maliklo, as our dearest friend and esteemed well-wisher, we indulge you to patronize us with the magnanimity to make our program, which is slated for the 18th of February 2022, a success. You are without a shadow of doubt a compatriot, a lover of Banjulian youths, and especially Bena Banjul South. Your contribution to national development cannot be overemphasized, and therefore, we without hesitation proclaim and recognize our litany of progressive ideals towards youth empowerment and the socio-economic growth of our motherland. Whilst thanking you, we look forward to you acquiescing our supplication and envisage a favorable response.
Was this meted to you?
Yes.
Please read.
It reads, see you, please facilitate the amount of $100,000 only for the event.
What does that mean?
To give exactly the amount of $100,000.
That you can't go
over that.
over the amount, you cannot go below the amount.
Yeah.
So you were directed to give $100,000.
Yeah.
And that's what you gave?
Yeah.
Before I proceed, I have many. That's why I said earlier on, this is the peculiar nature of these monies that are authorized. You understand that? So that was why I still go back to when I told you that you, based on the documents we see, appears as if you were only the rubber stamp of the mayor. I know it's harsh word, but I'm talking about the facts. You understand that? Again, when this person sits and says that you are the one who decides, you are the one who decides, you are the CEO, you are the one who advises all this. I know you've already said that's not true, but the minutes they speak for, it speaks for itself. Do you understand that?
Very well.
Now, well, I've already asked the question multiple times, Mr. Batchily. What operated is, to a certain degree, having duplication of jobs. I told the mayor that in some instances, in fact most instances, he or she, doubled as the paying out cashier. Do you know what I mean? Doubled as a finance director, as a CEO, and as a paying out cashier. But Mr. Batchily, why did you allow this?
Okay, once again, I would like to take the opportunity to really reiterate my stance on these social expenditures. Like I say, the council, together with the administration, will sit and come up with a budget. The budget is approved by the council. It's sent to the ministry for endorsement. Requests are made based on some of these areas that are budgeted. My concern here is, how could we have convinced the council that giving away support in this particular manner was not the right way? I have told you yesterday, especially with regards to the sponsorships, I gave you the names of 2 individuals who witnessed myself advising the mayor directly without any ill feeling that, look, don't you think that, we will be more credible if at all it's a committee that should be coming up with such proposals? Like if we had a cultural committee,
right,
or things like a welfare committee.
Correct.
If they had been sitting and then assessing the needs of the people who come for support, then I don't think today we would have been subjected to all this questioning.
I agree.
But then, if I had, like I say, late council, it's not that at times you just don't want to get up and say like no. But then, like I said, we went through experience of repercussions happening. And that alone is a demotivating factor. But still, it still doesn't make it light though. I'm going to 101% agreement to that. Because when you say, well, no, we've budgeted for it, it went through ministry, they've endorsed it. So what would be the basis of you trying to stop them? It is not about simply shying away from responsibilities. In particular, I don't shy away from my responsibilities. If at all I'm pointed as not taking them up, I'll accept it. But then it's about giving a general picture of what used to happen, so that tomorrow, for example, we're doing this for tomorrow, not just for today. So that tomorrow, anybody who comes to council, you get to understand that, look, to support the community would be a laudable effort, but then it has to be done through certain channels.
How many committees do you have?
We have establishment committee.
Yes.
Finance.
Okay.
Planning and development.
Right.
And yes, these are the ones that were more functional.
Let me read you So what is the role of the finance committee?
The role of the finance committee is to deal with all matters relating to finance.
Okay. And so would it be out of place to have the finance committee to deal with this matter?
No, in a way I would say no. No, they should not be away from this matter. They should not be away from this matter, because normally, if all the other committees, come up with proposals
yes.
on matters relating to expenditure,
yes,
in the volumes that could be, by right they should go to the finance committee.
So why did you write your advice? Is it written?
No, my advice was mainly during forums.
Will you find that in any minutes of, I'm not saying you did not, in the
Yes.
minutes of meeting of council to say that you have recommended that the practice that has been adopted by either the council or the mayor is not the best practice, and therefore this matter should be referred to the finance committee.
I'll check it out.
Come again?
I'll check it out.
Okay. I ask this because we need the evidence that you have written to show that this is not the usual way.
I'll check it out.
The same, we have $150,000 is given to the Banjul Padul. And the same CEO, please facilitate the amount of $150,000 is only for the Padul. And it was, the same amount was given. We have seen Babu Garsar, $30,000. And in the minutes from the mayor, CEO, please facilitate $30,000 for the event. Same amount was paid. $86,000 is disbursement as council's contribution towards the Tobacco Youth Road Carnival. CEO, please pay $86,000 is for. Sorry, please pay $86,000 is for Bena Tobacco Road Youth Organization. CEO, to complement their efforts, can we please facilitate and sponsor the 3 events, namely 1, 2, and 3? 3 events, namely 1, 2, and 3, totaling $86,000. And the same amount was approved. $10,000 is support for Fatu Baji. Again, CEO, please facilitate the amount of $10,000. The amount was paid. $30,000 is council support towards Dakar Open Championship in Senegal. Do you know that monies for Banjul City Council are to be benefited solely for the people of Banjul as a general rule?
Yes.
Please, that is a convenient point to stop. If not, you will not be taken. The RTS has got it. So when we come back after lunch break, we'll continue. So we rise.